Sunrise. Panthers set to host the Sabres. We go to Bill Lindsay and Drew Goldfarb with a closer look at two of the Panthers' young point producers, guys.
All right, Goldie, thank you very much. I am here with Bill Lindsay. And Billy, it was in that game against Columbus. One line really provided a lot of the offense, and it was a couple of the young guys who really stepped it up for the Florida Panthers. There are Cleveland Clinic of Florida players to watch. Nick Bjugstad is one of them.
Playing a lot better out of these young two players. Nick Bjugstad last game exploded for 3 points in 5 minutes. He was the catalyst of the offense. For Bjugstad, 10 goals in his last 14 games. Has been playing some really good hockey. A lot of confidence. Didn't have a goal in his first 11 games, so Bjugstad has picked it up. Jonathan Huberdeau really struggled mentally at the start of the season. He also didn't have 2 points, but his first 11 games. Now 9 points in his last 10 games, including 3 in his last 2. A lot of chemistry between these two players, and that is good for Coach Gerard Gallant that these two youngsters have found their groove, and right now they've been providing a lot of the offense.
And Thomas Fleischmann on that line getting another goal in that game. So Goldie, they're looking to the young guys for tonight's game against the Buffalo Sabres.
Thanks, Drew. Roberto Luongo has shut out the Sabres 3 straight times. The NHL record is 4 straight by a goalie against one team. Luongo and the Caps are on Fox Sports Florida. Face-off is next.
And then Santa's workers zapped it right to our house. And that's how they got it here.
So Santa has a transporter?
For the big stuff. And it's a teleporter.
Cool.
The magic of the season is here at the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Lease the 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Welcome back, everybody. BB&T Center on this Saturday night. The Panthers and the Buffalo Sabres. Final of a very quick 2-game homestand before the Panthers hit for the road for 3 next week. Our goaltending matchup brought to us by BB&T, Denny.
Mikael Neuvert. That's right, Neuvert. He has not been around for about 3 weeks, injuries. So he is playing his first game since November 18th. And on that date, he only came in as relief as well. So the Panthers need to take advantage of that. There are his numbers. Roberto Luongo. Yes, he's had terrific success against the Buffalo Sabres. 3 consecutive shutouts, but he's not thinking of that. And one of the keys to the game, boys and girls, is that it may not be a boys and girls kind of night. Ted Nolan, a trained boxer, wants to get his team to play much tougher. They did not do well on the ice in Tampa Bay, a 5-0 loss, but I think they won every fight. My guess is Ted Nolan is going to push the fact that his team has got to hit. So look for the Buffalo Sabres to finish every one of their checks, and then we'll look for the response by the Panthers.
UC Jokinen, the veteran, centers Bergenheim and boys. No changes in the Panthers lineup tonight. Second meeting this season between these teams. The Cats won 1-0 a couple of months ago, early in the year in Buffalo. And this puck quickly jumps up and out of play.
You know, I don't know if it's irony or not, but what I was hearing this morning is that Florida Panthers play better when they play mad. And Gerard Gallant said that's exactly what happened against Columbus. It got to be embarrassing. So let me see. Tough versus mad. Both those coaches are good fighters. Let's see what happens here.
The other night in Tampa, the Sabres and Lightning combined for 106 penalty minutes in the 3rd period of the game. Remarkable. It got nasty. Tyler Myers had some trouble in his own zone. Campbell steps up with a steal. The former Sabre. Campbell shoots high on Neuvert. Flynn able to chip it out. Brad Boyes back at his own zone. Lost it. It's Mitchell moving in front and shooting. Save Luongo. Oh, Roberto Luongo has a history of being oh so tough against the Sabres. He shut him out 1-0 in Buffalo earlier this season. His 3rd shutout in a row of the Sabres team, and comes up with a big stop in the opening minute. Bergenheim goes down. Myers still working for the puck for Buffalo. Gets some help from Mitchell. Knocked away by Bergenheim, and UC Jokinen will settle things down, and the Panthers grab a line change. On comes the Bjugstad trio. Combined for 3 goals and 7 points in less than 5 minutes the other night. Panthers trailed 3-0, came back to tie the game before losing it in extra time. Went to a shootout, sent all the way down, and the Sabres here will get called for icing. Baptist Hospital brings us our scratches. The same 3 up front for the Panthers. David Bolin is skating with the team. Appears close to a return off the injured list. Alexander Barkov still nicked up, and as is Scotty Upshaw.
Now, Barkov is a little more serious than we thought originally. He had blocked the shot. We knew that, so he'll be a little out.
Mitchell fires, save, rebounds in front. Huberdeau trying to get the backhand away. Now on the forehand, he's stopped by Neuvirth. Oh, good play off the draw.
Huberdeau fought off a pretty good man, and Tyler Myers, 6'5", 230 pounds. Huberdeau muscled him to get the puck to the front of the net.
That was a good save by Neuvirth. Penalty coming up here. It's going to be on the Panthers.
You don't like to be the first one to go to the penalty box, but don't think there's any choice here for Kulikov.
Number 7, 2 minutes tripping.
Now, referee Greg Gimmerly making the point. There you see the stick will get into the legs, the legs of, what are we going to say, Girgensons or Girgensons?
Easy for you to say.
Fine young player, by the way. Keep an eye on 28 in white.
Yeah, he's got some talent, no question. A first-round pick. Here's Matt Molson going for Girgensons, who pushes it behind the net for Ennis. Panther penalty kill has been much improved. Need to come up here with one, and Kopetsky has been a big part of it. Now Molson shoots. Luongo the save. The rebound in front of the net. McKenzie swiped at it. Got the help from Kopetsky. And boy, those two, they have been the key in the Panthers' penalty kill turnaround. That and the fact the Panthers, since the first 10 games or so, are taking a lot less penalties. They're now in the top 10 in the league in the fewest taken. But Kulikov called for one early tonight. Ennis. Slap shot. Off the outside of the net. Played back around the boards, and it's Ennis again at the line. Little pass for Myers under pressure. Dylan Olsen got a skate on it. Kopetsky, very late in his shift, tries to shovel it out of the zone. Olsen tries, it stays in, and Kopetsky again. Finally gets it down the ice. Panthers in a change. Sabres try to catch him. Branson closed well off the bench on Ennis. And Thomas Fleischmann's on a loose puck with some room. Campbell jumping up shorthanded, but Fleischmann couldn't get it deep in the zone. Ennis, the Panthers all over him. It comes free, though. And Benoit puts it in front, deflected puck. McKenzie and his man went down hard into the boards. That was Ennis.
Yeah, Ennis was looking for a call, but I think he may have lost an edge, so that may be why Kimmerly, the referee, did not make the call. Panthers are looking a little ragged right now and trying to be a little more assertive on the power play. The penalty kill, I should say, have not won a lot of battles.
Hodgson over to Gianta, the veteran. Stalainen's up at the point with Zadorov.
Stick.
Yeah, Luongo's without a stick right here.
It was taken right out of his hands, and Roberto Luongo is not happy about it. But referee Kimmerly right away said, no, I'm not making a call on that.
Panthers kill it off. Kulikov.
Sorry, goalie. Just to finish off, I think the idea was that Roberto Luongo may have been out of his blue paint, and incidental contact is no problem.
Okay. Well, the Panthers did a good job killing it off. And now we'll try to get the momentum 5-on-5. The Trocheck line is on. Hayes knocked down. The steal by Mitchell. And then a steal by Olsen. Hayes out at center with Trocheck and Peary poked over the line, but Benoit throws it right back to the neutral zone.
Now, Buffalo is not certainly backing down here in any way. They are on top of the puck very quickly, and it hasn't looked like a very smooth game so far, maybe for either side, but maybe we should expect a little choppiness as the game goes on.
Huberdeau tried to pick his way through, could not do it.
1-on-4 is not usually good odds.
That's for sure. Foligno to center. Panthers have seen a lot of Foligno. They played Nick twice this week. He's with the Blue Jackets. Marcus with the Sabres. Foligno behind the Panther net. Puts it out in front. It comes all the way out of the zone. Fleischmann trying to bear down on Georges. Fleischmann uses the body. Nearly got to it.
Yeah, that would be interference in textbook because Georges really got out of his lane to go and make a call.
Now we're going to get a holding the stick call, Denny.
Well, I think it's going to be against Buffalo Sabres, and it should be.
I got Buffalo, 2 minutes for holding.
Yeah, that's a good call. but also I think it's very possible that Paul Dvorsky, right here, you're not supposed to change your lane. That is interference. That is what interference is. You're supposed to keep your lane as a defenseman and force the guy to go around you. But as soon as you change your lane, like Josh Georges did, it should have been a call. It wasn't made. But I think what happened is Dvorsky right away, took a look at the holding call and made that one instead.
Panthers control off the faceoff. Bergenheim with a good job. Ekblad and Campbell at the points. Florida trying to cash in and grab the lead. Ekblad at the line. 3-point streak for him. He's got 2 goals and an assist in his last 3. 14 points on the season for the rookie. Oh, look out. This puck right over the glass into about the 5th row.
I think Brian Campbell is giving me the impression right now, and again, a little body language and all of that, he wants to be the quarterback. And he's starting to move down a little bit. Now, he's going to highlight his partner, which is Ekblad, who always gets a shot through. But it looks to me like Brian Campbell wants the puck to be able to make that first play.
Off the draw, Boys in the battle with Jokinen, but the Sabres able to shoot it all the way down. So we'll keep an eye on that with Campbell. He had a couple of great looks from that open side the other night against Columbus.
Yeah, he's not a defenseman over his career that scores a lot of goals, but he does get a lot of assists and has been over his career. Plus, he plays every night. He's up to, 257 consecutive games now.
Leads the Panthers in ice time, not quite as high as in past years because the Panther D, all 6 have been super this year.
They're better, exactly.
Still at 23 minutes plus. Puck rolls over the line, and Hayes plays it around behind the net. Ristolainen able to control. Campbell forced him back. Mitchell couldn't clear. That's Torrey, and Willie Mitchell held it in. Again, this puck comes to the line, and this time it came out. Then.
Well, Ristolainen is also one of those guys that was drafted high by the Buffalo Sabres. This is an interesting pair. You don't often see 2 kids playing together. Ristolainen and Zadorov. Ristolainen 20. He was a draft pick and first rounder in 13. Zadorov is 19, and he was a first rounder in 13 as well. So the Sabres seem as though they drafted pretty well, and Ken Nolan plays them together. And apparently they've been very good in the last little while.
Fleischmann got it to the point for Kulikov. Good Branson now. Back again, Kulikov. Waiting. Good Branson. One-timer. Weber checked by Bukestad. Fleischmann takes away, shovels it back to the line, but just out of the reach of Kulikov. He'll have to peel all the way back. 20 to go on the Georges penalty.
Special teams have not been particularly good for Buffalo early in the season. 23rd on a penalty kill.
Bukestad behind the net. Stolen away by Myers. And that'll do it for the Panthers power play. So both teams, penalty kill has done the job here in the opening 7 minutes plus.
Little choppy. We haven't seen anything smooth yet by either team.
Kopetsky smoothly comes in with a shot.
I think Neuvirth may have lost sight of that as it was coming head high. I don't think the shot was on goal. A little high.
McKenzie, Kopetsky, and Sean Thornton on now for the Panthers. A steady line this year. Thrown out to center ice. And Molson on the shoot-in. Willie Mitchell, first man back. Played around the boards, kicked back behind the net. McKenzie scoops it up. But it rolled right off his stick.
That's what I mean by a choppy game. This is what's happening. Somehow the pucks are rolling off the guy's sticks, and it's going both ways. Well, I don't think we've seen 2 consecutive passes get made so far in this game. 2 consecutive passes. It's not asking a lot.
UC Jokinen flies out of his own zone and finds Bergenheim. It's through him, though. Bergenheim stays after it. Round it comes for Foligno, and he'll lift the puck to center. Campbell now takes a look.
He almost had 2.
Almost. Stafford over the Panther line. Ekblad is with him. Drew Stafford trying to go to the net. Puts it out in front. Taken away by Bergenheim. He goes off the boards all the way down. He iced the puck.
Well, he may not have been yelled at by the guys on the other side. They had wide open lanes.
We've got Bill Lindsay once again tonight downstairs between the two benches. Hello, my friend.
Hello. A little more room than in Detroit here. Great ice level view tonight and for the Panthers. And you're right, Denny. Down here at ice level, very sloppy start on both sides. Not a lot of passes being completed. Panthers need to pick up their sharpness again in this first period.
I wouldn't stick my nose too far out there, Billy. Might get some bad passes going your way.
We get a whistle. We're just underway on this Saturday night. The Cats and the Sabres. They're enjoying it on a Saturday night in Sunrise. The Panthers and the Sabres. And Bill Lindsay downstairs between the benches tonight.
With Brad, boys, looking to get off to a better start. What do you guys got to do here to get off to that better start?
We got to get pucks in. We're not doing that right now. We're not getting our forecheck going. They had a power play. We had one. Just try to get that momentum back afterwards, and it wasn't working. So we got to make sure we're not turning pucks over and get pucks in.
What was the message in the dressing room to start this game?
Just that. These guys are playing well. They've got beat last game in Tampa, and they're going to come out hard. So we got to make sure we're not taking them lightly, and we got to get back to our game and not spot any teams any goals, and make sure we get off to the start where we're in their zone.
Thanks for your time, Brad.
You're welcome.
All right, there we go. And Gerard Gallant, Denny, he certainly agrees with that. The Panthers are at their best when they get it deep and get on that forecheck.
He wants them to move their feet. Right now, guys are coasting and looking to make a pass. That's deadly. That's not going to work. You can't coast and look for the pass. Typically, you're not going to get it through, and if you do get it through, the guy who gets the pass is also going to be standing still. So you're not accomplishing much. We're seeing a little bit of that by both teams right now.
We'll do it again in the face-off circle. Who's tossed? Trocheck got tossed? Vincent wants to know what's going on there.
Boy, this line is really amazing. I was taking a look at, a lot of talk about plus minus, how much it means, but this line is plus 18 as the three of them. That's by far better than any other line on this hockey team.
When you go to the, you want to call them advanced stats that a lot of teams now use, and people talk about them in the puck possession and the shots on goal differential when that Trocheck line is on the ice is, it's really in the Panther favor, a big number. Here's Flynn getting in with a chance.
You don't often see Ekblad just get pushed off the puck like that.
Now the Sabres had a bad month of October, but since then, last 5 weeks, they're 7-7-1. I mean, they played good hockey.
Well, they haven't lost 2 in a row until, of course.
Point shot here, Luongo the save. Ekblad able to clear the slot.
Since very early in the month of November, not long after the Florida Panthers saw him, Panthers only beat him by 1 goal, so it's not like this team was easily handled.
Trocheck fought his way over the line. Panthers now go for the change. Bjugstad, Huberdeau, and Fleischmann jump on. Bjugstad trying to work that forecheck. Clear to center. Glove down by Goodbranson. Free puck, and it's McCormick. Checked by Fleischmann. And Thomas Fleischmann got enough of it, allowing Bjugstad to send Huberdeau on his way. Jonathan Huberdeau centering past Fleischmann. Shot deflected wide. Bjugstad hounding Zadorov, but he got it ahead for Delorier, and now it's Stewart. Good play by Dylan Olsen.
Boy, no hesitation there by Olsen.
Fleischmann moves in. Has a trailer. It's Goodbranson with a wrist shot fought off by the blocker of Neuberg. Ristolainen pokes it around the boards. Huberdeau and Delorier jammed up. In steps Bjugstad, finds Fleischmann. He's got a chance, makes a great move. Loose in front, and then Neuberg covers up. Fleischmann couldn't quite get the shot away after a strong move to the net. We remain scoreless here in the first. We're midway through the first and scoreless tonight, Denny, here in Sunrise. There's a familiar face in the building for you.
Well, one of my great friends, and I say the greatest centerman that ever played the game, and I'll tell you why. It comes from a defenseman. Brian Trottier has been teaching the forwards of the Buffalo Sabres how to play hockey when you don't have the puck. As a defenseman, in the toughest moments you ever face in the corner, I used to look up the ice, and there was Trotch ready to receive the pass. That is playing hockey as a forward. Make good use of your ice when you don't have the puck and be available. Trot's been teaching that to this team, and Ted Nolan is seeing the difference with his forwards who are helping out his defensemen, the defense by being available.
Thomas Fleischmann been very active here early in the game. Gets over the blue line and plays it in deep for Huberdeau. Girgenson's on him. Huberdeau gets free. Trying to get out in front, he does, but he couldn't get a shot away. Kulikov steps up. Bjugstad shovels it in front. Huberdeau's on it behind the net again. Poked off his stick. Bjugstad is there. Huberdeau again. Up high, Mitchell. The shot wide. Big carom off the end boards. Kulikov steps up again, but now the Sabres have it. So a good shift there. See if the Panthers can continue the momentum. This will be an icing on Buffalo. Upcoming shows at the BB&T Center. We got a big one tomorrow, and then on Friday night of next week with the Panthers on the road, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Black Keys on the 15th. Ticketmaster.com or call 954-835-SHOW. Next Panther home game 10 days from now, December 16 against Ovechkin and the Caps. McKenzie wins the draw. Big blast from the point by Olsen. When McKenzie went down in front, a little slow getting up. Now he pops right back up, and Myers able to spin away from him. Played over the Panther line. Drew Stafford overskated. And McKenzie pokes it over to Thomas Kopecky at a season-high 6 shots on goal the other night, did Kopecky.
I don't know if I should say this, but he told me he was going to get 10 tonight.
10 shots, not 10 goals.
No, of course not.
So they predicted everything. Fleischman told me last game he was going to get one. He did.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him tonight, though. I don't want to put the pressure on.
Why not?
Good point. Blame me then. Okay.
You want to be called a pro. Pressure is all part of the deal.
McKenzie with Hodgson just hounding him. And Hodgson gets the steal. Centering feed. Stafford. Nice back check by Sean Thornton. Wouldn't let him get the shot off. And McKenzie floats it over the line. The Jokinen line now on for Florida. Quick pace to this first period here. Turnover at the line. But the Sabres able to clean it up. Campbell flips it in. Steal by Jokinen, but taken back by Weber. And he backhands out. Flynn gets by a Panther. Ekblad right there with him. Campbell absorbed the hit. Ekblad popped it up the wall. It comes cross ice. Ristolainen now with a wrist shot. Save Luongo. Jokinen fights off Flynn. And Ekblad on the clear for Boys. Back again, it's UC Jokinen gliding down the wing. Cross ice, Boys. Let's one go, score! Brad Boys!
Well, I tell you what, that was as smooth as we've seen. I think we saw 2 passes in a row. Maybe that's what did it. But the key, there's 1 pass. There's 2 passes. Oh, my. A 3rd pass and no hesitation by Boys. Could be the first time in this game we've seen 3 successful passes in a row. And Boys hits the top shelf. Neuvirth has not played in 3 weeks. Top shelf over Neuvirth, and Brad Boys gets on the board with a goal and 3 assists. 1 in each of 3 games. Did not score anything against Columbus, but is starting to put up the points and now finally putting up some goals.
Big first goal. 5th for Boys. 12th assist this season for UC Jokinen. He leads the team. And once again, there's Aaron Ekblad getting it all started, as you just showed, Denny, out of his own end. And the Panthers get that all-important first goal. Sabres this year, when they score first, they've won 8 out of 11. When they allow the first goal, they've won 1 out of 15.
Right.
Stewart chips in over the line. Played back out to center by Kopecky. And picked up by Thomas Kopecky. Knocked down by Delorier. So Ekblad gets another point. He's got a 4-game point streak now. He's got 15 points on this season. He's now in the top 20 in the NHL amongst defensemen. Forget about the rookie stuff, Denny.
I know.
Top 20 amongst all defensemen in scoring. Trocheck behind the net. Trocheck looks in front. Continues to hold and goes to the point. Back around again. Myers this time as Trocheck got pinned to the wall. And Ennis able to get the clear. Myers faked the shot, takes a wrister, and Trocheck blocked it. But Branson hustles over, floats it up the wall, but Molson knocked it down. Ennis Oh, look at that. He tried to scoop it up and stuff it in, but it rolled off his stick. Trying to get fancy there. He had a highlight reel goal last week against Montreal. Here's Ennis putting it in front. Loose puck, and it stays out. Ennis had his arm up. He thought it was in. Sabres are buzzing now. Molson with a slap shot. Shoulder save Luongo. And the Panthers hold him off. Bad boys with a wrister upstairs for the lead. Well, you always wonder when a guy scores a goal after he talks to Bill Lindsay. Did the conversation fire him up? That's my question.
There you go. Did fire him up for Brad Boyd's his first goal in 10 games. Good play all around on the breakout, but a miscommunication by the Buffalo Sabres defensively on that play. They came out of the zone, and what you want to pay attention to on this goal is number 17, Torrey Mitchell. He's going to be on the middle of the ice. 17 right here is with Boyes, and then he skates to the middle of the ice for some reason, leaves Boyes wide open on that far wing. Doesn't take much, but miscommunication by the Sabres leads to that goal by Brad Boyes. Bad back-checking by Torrey Mitchell.
That's a very good point. You can see there was a little confusion there for Torrey Mitchell, and that's all you need. A little bit of that going through the neutral zone, and the Panthers took advantage of it. Boyes is a goal scorer, so for the Panthers, it's important to see him put the puck away. Brad Boyes getting an assist is fine. It's okay. Not as good as scoring.
Chance here for the Sabres. Puck hits the outside of the post. Wrap around a tape. And a save by Luongo. He stretched out that left leg. Roberto had to work hard on that one. Here's Bukestad with a chance, but it rolled off his stick, and now a fight. Foligno and Goodbranson.
Well, Foligno really took a big run at Goodbranson back in the corner, and right now Goodbranson wants to get back at Foligno. These are two big men. Foligno, of course, the younger brother of Nick Foligno, who we just saw in the building play for Columbus. He is what they want to call a power forward. Hasn't always come through with it, but now is wanting to show his coach that he can handle himself. Goodbranson got mad. He got hit hard. He did not think that Foligno was going to come through on the check, even though I said it was going to be one of those games. So we're going to get to see it. So Eric Goodbranson makes the pass right here, and boom, here comes Foligno. And that's where, of course, Eric Goodbranson wanted to get back at Foligno. Look at that, he gets mad, and I like him when he's cranky.
But he's a tough guy, man, and when he gets mad in a fight, he's tough to handle, Billy.
He was talking to him that whole fight, too. He wanted after him. He was having words, even while he was throwing punches with Goodbranson. He wanted a piece of him. Upset. You got to like that from Goodbranson, though. The immediate response. He's got a whole lot of nasty in his game.
A little foreshadowing earlier, folks. We knew it was going to be tough and tougher.
That was your Alexis Keys to the game. And it's been just that. We remain 5-on-5, 5 each for fighting. Bukestad gets tossed from the circle. In steps Thomas Fleischmann. Hodgson pulled it back behind the net. Good check by Bukestad on Myers. Huberdeau there as well, but now it's floated out to center. Ekblad quickly unloads for Fleischmann, who flips in over the line, but turned back to center in a hurry. Hodgson overskated. Huberdeau moves in. Has Bukestad go in the net. Huberdeau lets one go. Blocked away by Stafford. Those two hard to the boards. Bukestad feeds Ekblad, and now it's Campbell. Fakes the shot. Ekblad gets one through. Blocked away in front by Huberdeau. Or Georges hit one of them. And Delorier to center. Gets the red line. Knocked down by Campbell. And Ekblad for Brad Boyes. Free puck at center. Look at Campbell step up. Good play by him to poke it over the line. Panthers have the lead on the Brad Boyes goal, and the puck flipped into the Sabres bench. Fans, it's the You Pick 6 package, allowing you to select 6 games of your choice. You can also check out the Winter in the Sun package, including all Panther home games now through March 3rd. Packages available by calling 954-835-PUCK. UC Jokinen set up the goal tonight. The 31-year-old veteran, the Finn, targeted in free agency by the Panthers, and boy, he's filled a big role for him. And you brought this up the other night, Danny. He can play every position. That's been keys. Now it's center tonight. Here's a shot by Olsen, grabbed by Neuvirth, with Barkov out of the lineup.
Well, you know, oftentimes you get young players that come in the game and they play a big game early. Tyler Myers was one of those guys. He was outstanding when he played in his rookie year, but it's been very tough. Watch him here. Look at this. He takes off thinking that he is going to put pressure as a fourth man in, but that's the wrong thing. He didn't let the play develop enough. Let the play come to him. He jumped up to try and get on the offense. Puck was turned over, and it was a 2-on-1, almost a 3-on-1 break by the Panthers. That's where we really revel at the thinking process of Aaron Ekblad. He doesn't seem to go at the wrong time. That's what I find so amazing. An 18-year-old already had that figured out.
Yeah, and on a consistent basis, that's the thing, Denny. It is rare when you see a decision error by Ekblad. Bergenheim is in. The shot deflected. Didn't get to the net. Bergenheim knocks it down. Here's McKenzie, and Bergenheim tries to stuff it home. Stopped by Neuvirth. Bergenheim's got those legs going now. Kulikov takes a shot. That's why. Here's Mitchell sliding down the wall. Panthers getting better and better as this first period goes on.
Better and better has got to turn into a 2-goal lead. That's the bottom line. And the Panthers have got to get pucks to the net and rebounds and just be relentless, because when you play better than another team but it doesn't show on the scoreboard, that's what happens against Columbus the other night.
We found that out. They outshot the Blue Jackets, what, 42-9 over the last two periods in overtime. Billy?
Interesting looking at these two benches, too. A lot of talk on the Panther bench between the players. At the other side, Buffalo Sabres just staring straight forward. Their players aren't even talking to each other. The coach not talking much. Really strange, but it really looks dead on that Buffalo bench.
Now here's Ekblad now with a shot. That goes wide. And the Panthers trying to keep him down. Ekblad, another shot deflected wide of the net by Hayes. And the way to keep him down and put the foot on the throat is by adding to the lead, as you mentioned, Denny. Trocheck and Hayes work down low, and they work the puck free. Jimmy Hayes knocked away, but Trocheck finds it. Played to the point. Ekblad for Hayes. Waiting. Here's Peary in a high slot over to Campbell. Panthers work the perimeter here, looking for some room. Trocheck again. Trocheck takes a shot wide. Peary hustles after it. And put it back down low one more time. Zadorov. With the Panthers late in the shift. Plays it off the glass. And the Panthers try to hold it in again, but it finally pokes out of the zone. Trocheck there to get it deep one more time, and the Cats will get the change.
Not any offensive chances have developed on that particular shift, but the one thing that did show is that that Panther line of Trocheck is relentless. They didn't allow the Sabres out of their own zone.
Panthers have really started the last few minutes to tilt that ice in their favor. McKenzie, Thornton, and Kopecky now on. Here's Myers. Kopecky's on him. Myers gets free for a moment and finds McCormick. Big Tyler Myers, the defenseman, after the puck down low.
He does have the green light. I mean, the coaching staff has mentioned it, that this year they want him to get more involved with the offense, but that can cause problems if you don't do it at the right time.
Ryan Campbell glides his way to center. Floats it in for Fleischmann. Nice play there by Campbell. Fleischmann round the boards. Molson got there ahead of Huberdeau, but Bukestad steps in. Couldn't control, though. Comes to the point. Campbell keeps it alive. Pass Fleischmann, but Huberdeau gets tripped up. Play rolls on. Hodgson under some pressure, feeds it back. Bukestad with a watchful eye on Weber behind his own net. Now it's Hodgson able to clear. Campbell again steps up. Boy, he has been active in that neutral zone. Huberdeau in the dying seconds with a chance. He shoots. He rang it off the post. And now Fleischmann shoots wide. Oh, Huberdeau should have had one there. He had Neuvirth dead to rights. It remains 1-0 after one.
That goal, or that intended, or had that been a goal, that was inside of the goalpost, the shot by Huberdeau, that would have been what you call an extremely timely goal. We talked about the scoreboard has to reflect how well you've played. You heard that sound? Sorry, I should have left you hear it. There it is. And that would have been incredibly timely, go in the dressing room with a 2-goal lead. But Huberdeau will not lose confidence over that particular play. That was well done.
We played one period down to the desk, and Drew Goldfarb. A little holiday shopping going on this Saturday night here at the BB&T Center inside Pantherland, where the Panthers got the only goal in the opening period and they lead after 20 minutes. Welcome back to our Fox Sports Florida broadcast booth. Denny, your key to the game was toughness tonight. What did you notice during that opening period?
Well, they did exactly what they're supposed to do. When you're being threatened, you might as well out-hit the opponent. The Florida Panthers did out-hit, according to the sheet, the Buffalo Sabres. But Goldie, the shots are 10-9. That is not where we wanted to be, considering the 55-shot performance last game.
All right, and Michael Neuvert back in the cage. Like to get more shots on him. Been about 3 weeks since he's played. Let's get inside the opening period a little bit deeper as Denny hits the replays.
You know, I always like good defense. There's a good reason for it. Watch how the Florida Panthers converge. You have got a wall. The last time I saw this was in Detroit. This is how Detroit defends the middle of the ice, and you respect that. Florida Panthers maybe are learning from some of the best opponents in the league, and you saw right there. That is gang defense, folks.
So here we go in the second. Roberto Luongo came into this game 3 straight shutouts against the Buffalo Sabres, including one earlier this year. And he stopped all 9 shots in the opening period. Campbell and Ekblad back on defense with the Jokinen line, which produced the goal. Here comes Jussi Jokinen. Has some room as he gets in, takes a shot. Gloved by Neuvert.
This is the best play I've seen in the game, and it didn't really do anything. You probably didn't notice it. But there was a quick pass made, quick out of the zone, quick through the neutral zone, and an easy shot on goal. Those 3 things, we didn't see any of in the first period. So right away, tells me it's a good start. Panthers are skating better already here in the second period.
Seemed to get better as that first period went on, as you mentioned, Denny. It was a choppy start to the game. Each team had a power play in the first period. Very early on, both penalties called in the first 5 minutes plus. We had a good Branson-Foligno fight as well. Those 2 still in the box on the carryover. Brad Boyes makes a move, gets around Georges. Look at Boyes carry in. Inside out play, loose puck. It rolls behind the net. Ekblad there along the boards now. They give to Jokinen. Ekblad again. Down low, Boyes. Watched by Myers. Gianto looks to clear off the skate of Jokinen, but now it comes out of the zone. So the Panthers are right back on it with possession. Aaron Ekblad. And we'll get in. Yeah, they'll go. Call an icing there.
Buffalo Sabres have struggled to score goals. And look at Brian Giunta. He only has 2 goals on the season. And you go to Cody Hodgson, Matt Moulson. They combined for 7 goals, those 3 players. Last year, those 3 players had 61 goals. So Sabres are dead last in scoring. And that is directly where you look. Moulson, Cody Hodgson, and Brian Giunta, they have not produced for the Sabres.
It's been a rough go, no question, offensively for those veteran players. Interesting, a couple of years ago, it was Moulson and Brad Boyes, the wingers for John Tavares with the Islanders. Boyes then elected to come to Panther training camp last year on a tryout basis. Made the team and scored 21 goals a year ago. He's got the goal tonight, does Boyes, the former Sabre. Bukestad works it free, puts it right through the slot. Willie Mitchell fires one, knocked down in front, and then it rolled off Fleischmann's stick. He was alone for a moment in front of the net. Bukestad down low, nicely to receive the pass, and ahead it comes for Fleischmann. And the shoot-in, Huberdeau in the dying seconds of that opening period to rip one off the post behind Neuvert. What a rocket of a shot that was from Huberdeau. Trying to get in front here. Knocked free. And Hodgson gets the center. Kulikov stepped up on him. And Dmitry Kulikov spins away. Walking in. Try to feed the wing, but he lost the puck. Scooped up by Trocheck now. Hayes. Oh, Trocheck in a big collision. He and Hodgson both went down. Well, you kind of cringe when you see collisions like that. Luckily, they're both up. Big hit there. Good Branson on Foligno. They're out of the box after the fight earlier. They're going at it again. Look at him.
Okay, go at it again. I'm just surprised that Trocheck still is on the ice.
Here's Hayes. Lead pass Peary. In over the line. Hayes goes to the net. Peary throws it in front. It deflected off Hayes wide.
Trocheck ran into Hodgson, who's a very sturdy customer. Trocheck was late getting up, but stayed on the ice. I thought he was going to go to the bench.
Hayes again through center. Jimmy Hayes carrying. Now McCormick, checked by Hayes on with a stick. And McKenzie rolls it around the boards. Cut off by Ristolainen, one of those young Sabres defensemen. And then clear, look at Ekblad, glove it down, and carry over the line and flip it on the wing for Thornton, but didn't quite get enough of it, so it's an offside call.
Well, he looks fine, which is a great thing, but I tell you, for a moment there, I thought, right here, watch as number 19 comes back on the pressure, and Trocheck, well, it's coming up right now, right here, boom. Well, that's a pretty good hit, man. It's not knee on knee. I think it was kind of a sort of a clean hit, but the leg extended. Maybe it is knee on knee with his ankles out.
Yeah, that angle looked like that leg stuck out, didn't it, Denny?
It sure did. The different angle showed it that I couldn't see at regular speed. And Trocheck got up slowly. So I figure he's going back to the bench. I'm already watching for is the guy on the bench ready to jump on the ice. And then Trocheck continues the shift. Tough little customer, I tell you what. Very impressive that line has been, and I think Gerard Gallant, you can almost see the coaching or feel what he's thinking. He needs a little energy, sends them on the ice.
Well, three young players, Trocheck, Peary, and Hayes. Peary and Hayes both came over in trades last year from Chicago. Free puck at center, and Boys hands to Jokinen. Now it's Ekblad moving in. Ekblad on a backhand save by Neuwirth. Impress new business prospects, entertain clients, or give your employees a special night in your own luxury suite here at the BB&T Center. Available all season long for a single game or concert. 954-835-PUCK or online. Email premiumsales@floridapanthers.com.
Panthers outshot Buffalo 10-9 in the first period. I got to tell you, I'm sure Coach Gallant said, look, we got to get more pucks to the net. You just saw the little flip by Ekblad. That's the kind of thing. It can work at times. So far in this period, 3 shots by Florida, none by Buffalo.
Loose in front, Bukestad. Got it on goal. Neuwirth covers.
And Denny, you talking about shots. The Buffalo Sabres have only outshot their opponent 2 times all season long. So it's rare that they're even this close in a game. So the Panthers, I think, definitely need to pepper the Buffalo Sabres with more shots. Sabres used to getting outshot almost every single night.
Bukestad and Girgensons. Bukestad wins it. Fleischmann's shot deflected in behind the net. Girgensons. Good hit by Fleischmann. Ennis lifted it. And into the Panther bench. So a whistle.
You know, you hear a lot of things like words like maturity of the hockey team, identity of the hockey team. Well, if we could just focus on the maturity of a hockey team is often a hockey team that will play a team that is lower in the standings and not play down to their level. And that's where the teams like Anaheim and LA will get their points. They don't lose a lot of points to the teams in the lower standings. All that being said, in the month of November, these Sabres beat the Montreal Canadiens 2 in a row. So it's tough for every team because the NHL is such that you can't take anybody for granted.
Trocheck line working the forecheck here. But finally the Sabres able to clear. Bouncing puck. Kulikov trying to find it with Foligno. Now Stafford has a chance and he misses the net wide. Kind of a broken play there, and it came on the stick of Stafford and he had an opening. Mitchell. Try to get it to Peary, deflected away. Now Peary finds it. Kulikov, nice little move there to get around Molson. But his cross-ice pass hits Hayes in the skates. Hodgson couldn't get in cleanly, though. 5 minutes gone by here in the second period. Panthers, you go back to last year even, they're at over 155 consecutive minutes without allowing a goal against the Buffalo Sabres. Wow. And as we've talked about, haven't allowed him a shot yet in this period. Fleischmann working the boards here, double teamed. Molson floats one over to Weber. Deflected in the Panther zone. Dylan Olsen gets back for the Cats. And now it's Huberdeau. Fleischman is in. Goes for Bukestad. Tipped away. Knocked away from Huberdeau as well. Ennis at center. On the wing for Molson. Goodbranson closed on him. Oh, what a hit by Goodbranson on Matt Molson. He's got the puck again, though. Ennis behind the net. Spinning. Ennis puts it in front. Huberdeau positioned well. Here come the Panthers breaking out. 3-on-3, though. Sabres got back defensively. And Goodbranson on the shoot. It has been a physical effort tonight from Eric Goodbranson on that Panther blue line.
And I think Molson, the winger for...
Turnover here, deflected on goal. Neuvert the save.
Molson was the last one to feel the pain. He was slow going off the ice.
Ekblad at the blue line. Walks the line. And then flips it down low for Derek McKenzie. Campbell. Kopetsky now gets into the act. Kopetsky fights through a check. Cuts out in front, then loses the puck in the high slot. And Delorier for the Sabres out to center. Delorier puts it out in front. Deflected by Stewart. It never did get to Luongo. Hard work down low in the Panther zone. Out in front, Delorier, and Roberto flashes that leather and grabs the puck. And the crowd likes it in Sunrise. The Panthers, with Luongo, lead 1-0. Brad Boyes has the Panther goal. It remains 1-0, and Bill Lindsay tonight is between the two benches.
Eric, very physical game for yourself. The fight against Foligno, you Barry Molson. You guys trying to be physical against this Buffalo team?
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to be physical at all times. It's the key to our forecheck, establishing that first man in, separating him from the puck. And, it's a staple of my game and, my deep partner's game to be that physical, tough presence.
Still just a 1-goal lead. You guys have to push hard for that second goal, try and extend this lead. Is that the feeling?
Absolutely. We got to clean up our D zone right now. We're a little bit sloppy coming out. Definitely getting pucks in deep. These turnovers are what's killing us. And, this is a team that's not where they want to be in the standings, but at the same time, they're a team that can bite you in the rear end. So, we got to clean it up.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Back to you, Goldie and Denny.
Love the action right down there. Eric Goodbranson, there's another little bump by him. Maturing young man now in his 4th year, Goodbranson. Here comes Brandon Peary. Gliding into the zone with a shot. Neuvert came out and made the save and no rebound. Here's a good breakout.
Good breakout. Peary is expecting to score. Hasn't scored for 6 games since he's been back. It's 1-0. This is where the Florida Panthers, all of a sudden, if you don't get that number 2 goal, take a look at this. Stafford probably missed a net because did not play last 3 games, losing his sharpness. It's 1-0. Florida Panthers team in control that quickly. Things could change. This is why we say the second goal is very important right now for the Florida Panthers. Eric Goodbranson talked about that as well. They know it. They've got to create the plays that'll get them a couple of goals.
Peary stays on for the faceoff here, Denny, with Bergenheim and Boyes. And off the draw, Bergenheim and Peary continue to work, but it comes free to Mitchell. And Georges gets it ahead for Flynn. Jokinen has been centering Bergenheim and Boyes.
Well, that's something that's going on then. It couldn't be just a...
Here's Myers, big blast, and Luongo's got it.
It couldn't be just an offensive zone face-off by Peary. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look to see where Jokinen is.
And he comes over the boards now. He looks like he's swapped spots now with Peary. Jokinen moves over to the wing as Peary takes his center spot. Jokinen, Hayes, and Trocheck come on.
Just trying to change things around a little bit. Obviously, the feeling by Coach Gallant is the same as the one we just talked about. Got to change things up a little bit. You got to get scoring.
Puck off the outside of the net, off the stick of Stafford, who had that great chance moments ago. Stafford still with it. Stafford, backhander in front. Luongo the save on Foligno. Try to stuff it home. Sabres with some chances here the last couple of minutes.
Well, now you see why Coach Gallant has made some changes to how the lines look. Panthers are not getting any chances.
Trocheck throws one from the sharp angle. Neuwirth there for the save, and then he covers up. No, Vincent Trocheck was all the way in the corner, and he got it on net.
Well, you remember now, Roberto Luongo got the glove save on the last shift. Now he's being forced again to make a solid save from in close. I mean, that's how quickly things should turn around. What is that, 4 opportunities that we have shown you in the last couple of minutes where the Buffalo Sabres have had chances to tie this up.
There you look at Luongo's career numbers, just phenomenal against Buffalo. 3 straight shutouts.
But you know what? He's not thinking SO. He's thinking goal support, please.
Kulikov puts it in front. Huberdeau's backhander goes wide. Only one time in NHL history has a goaltender shut a team out 4 straight times. That was for the Sabres. Dominik Hasek did it to the Rangers. Bjugstad climbs out in front, poked off his stick by Neuwirth. And now it's Willie Mitchell with a wrist shot knocked down in front by Georges, and Ennis gets it out of there. So a good hard-working shift there by the Bjugstad line.
Yeah, and Bjugstad carried the puck to the net. You've got to be hungry, and that's the exact words Coach used on Bjugstad and Huberdeau a couple of days ago in practice, is you've got to be hungrier.
Zadorev throws one at the Panther line. Ristolainen moves in, forced behind the net by Campbell. The help from Ekblad, but it's poked down low, and now in front, Luongo the save on Stewart. Oh, Roberto Luongo's come up with some dandies here in the second period. Ekblad challenged by McCormick, and now it's Stewart again. Chris Stewart backs behind the net. McCormick. Ekblad plays it around the boards. And Sean Thornton will get it out of the zone. Ahead for Kopecky. Trying to get it back to Thornton. Kopecky's on it. Kopecky. Picked up by McKenzie as the Panthers complete the change. Ekblad with a shot. Deflected on goal. Saved by Neuwirth. Pretty nifty by Sean Thornton. And then Thornton gives Ristolainen a shot.
He didn't like to get the cross-check across the back. He went down, but I tell you what, that was a perfectly set up play by the wrist shot to the net because Thornton was there for the redirection, but just a little earlier. How about Chris Stewart? Man, oh man. I mean, that is as good an opportunity to score as you can get. And Roberto Luongo, thank you, is what he's getting from his teammates. He has made 4 or 5 exceptional saves. They now have 6 shots on goal. And I would say 5 of those were real chances to score.
Yeah, they were in close. They've been working hard down low in the Panther zone. To Eric Goodbranson's point, he talked about that with Billy between the benches. So here's Peary again at center with Boys and Bergenheim. Peary won the draw. Goodbranson sets up Boys. Shot deflected. Tyler Myers. Checked by Bergenheim. But it squirts free and then sent all the way down by Giunta. The race is on. Goodbranson got there first. Icing.
Eric Goodbranson said they got to clean up their own end. At ice level here, it's scrambling. Not a lot of communication, and they're not stopping and starting. Denny, you know when you get in that defensive zone, you just got to stop and hold your position. They're swinging too much. There has to be more communication in the D zone for the Panthers.
That's an excellent point because coaches will say, look, don't ever take your eye off the puck. So that means if you're in your own zone and you're swinging, you are taking your eye off the puck. You're making those little nasty circles that coaches hate. That's what Billy's talking about. You stop, always keep the eyes on the puck in your own zone in particular.
Boys gives to Bergenheim in the middle. He moves in, tucks it back to the point. Goodbranson, big slap shot. It went just wide. Olsen around for Bergenheim. Fights off the Myers check. But the puck off a stick and out to center. Free puck in the zone, and it's Peary setting up Mitchell for a big blast, but that puck was partially blocked, and Mitchell broke his stick as well. Second meeting of 5 this season between these teams. The Panthers won the first one back in October, 1-0. That's where we are midway through the game. Hayes, Trocheck, and taken away. Georges up ahead for Drew Stafford, watched by Kulikov. Stafford tries to get around him. Puts it out in front, tipped away by Mitchell. Hodgson under pressure. Hodgson controls though. Cross ice and Stafford scores! the Sabres break through against Luongo and the Panthers, and we're tied.
Well, you can feel it coming on, couldn't you? You could just feel it coming on. Stafford, who missed the last 3 games, did not play, maybe was not sharp on his first shot attempt, but he certainly was here. And take a look. Hodgson makes an exceptional play because it's early in the puck possession right here that he notices Stafford going to the far side. Now, this is a bit of a hope play, no doubt about it. But the hope play works because the Florida Panthers just were not covering the seams, not having the stick on the ice. Therefore, the pass got through. And boy, Stafford, who has been a goal scorer, a continuous 20-goal scorer in his career, did find the back of the net on this particular chance. That is not good inside the zone, but we saw the buildup. We could just see it.
Well, Luongo had 3.5 games shutout hockey against the Buffalo Sabres. The Panthers had gone about 160 minutes plus going back to last year, but Buffalo finally breaks through against Luongo and the Panthers, and more importantly, we are now even. It's a battle every night. Here's Molson now. Kulikov back there with Mitchell. Trocheck trying to dig it free. Kulikov watched by Ennis. Hayes gets it up the boards and down the ice. Hodgson and Georges get the assist on Stafford's 5th of the year. Here comes Torrey Mitchell with a shot. Stick save by Luongo. Then Kulikov goes into the crease, crashed into Luongo. They're both back. Played at the point, Ristolainen with a wrist shot blocked by Huberdeau in front. Banged it off the boards. Panthers trying to get out. Huberdeau, that puck hurt him. He goes over to the bench. That block shot in the wrist or in the arm, wherever it was. Huberdeau was smarting a bit. Flynn over the Panther line. Loose puck now, side of the net. Mitchell for the Sabres. Hounded by Campbell. Picked up by Bukestad. He clears to center. Kopecky is on it, moving with Fleischmann. Back again, Kopecky has Ekblad going to the net. Try to get it to him. The puck came all the way through. Stopped by Neuberg. Boy, Ekblad again just jumped up. Good recognition. Ekblad has an opening. He'll take a shot. Score! The Panthers reclaim the lead. It's that guy again. Ekblad, maybe Kopecky got a piece.
I think these fans in South Florida are starting to get used to that number 5, making things happen. Left side of your screen. This is just after he led the play, going to the net to get the puck in the offensive zone. This shot, I think, does go off of Kopecky, and you got to be happy for him as well. My goodness, he has worked his tail off to get his first goal. Right now, I think that it's being awarded to Ekblad. But it may come back that we'll see Kopecky will be credited with the goal. That would be something. But let's not lose the sight of the fact that that puck came up the ice 180 feet because Ekblad wanted to get the puck going. He was more offensive as soon as the Buffalo Sabres tied the game. That's the thinking man's defensive we're talking about. He does make those decisions on the ice and will not put his team at risk.
And now they're going to look at, as they do every goal, we always say it, and it was a very quick look because Kopecky did not touch it with a high stick. And Thomas Kopecky's got his first of the year, well-deserved. Ekblad has a 2-point night going. A pair of assists, and the Panthers, that is a huge goal, a minute 53 after the Sabres tied the game. Here comes Kopecky again, 2-on-1 with McKenzie. Kopecky to McKenzie, it's off his stick.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you just scored a goal. Why don't you go with a roll? Shoot the puck there, Mr. Kopecky.
But Branson in a big physical collision with Foligno. Remember, they fought earlier in the game.
Another point. It may develop into another one.
Yeah, it looks like it. They continue to go at it.
Well, they're on the ice together against one another almost every shift.
Another point for Bukestad. He's a point a game over the last 11. Here comes McKenzie. Jokinen looking to track it down. He does. Jussi Jokinen carrying, waiting for some help off the bench after the change. Hayes and Trocheck are on now. Working the end boards. Campbell on the pinch. Goes for Hayes behind the net. Out in front. Trocheck got tied up. Now, good for Kopecky getting that first of the year. Ekblad digs it free. Plays it around the board. Stewart is there to the point. Zadorov with a shot that whistles wide. Jokinen pokes it ahead for Hayes. Ekblad at center. Back on the wing, just out of the reach, though, of Hayes.
Trocheck said to be on the move.
Bergenheim off the bench with a shot off the glove of Neuvirth. Now Ekblad on the shoot-in. Boy, he's having a whale of a game tonight after the other night where he attempted 13 shots at the Columbus net and played a season high, and obviously it's a career high for the 18-year-old rookie. 25 minutes and 49 seconds. This puck goes out of play. 5:05 to go in the second. The redirection by Kopecky gives the Panthers the lead. Oh, Thomas Kopecky has his first of the year, and Billy, it gives the Panthers the lead.
He did, and Thomas Kopecky skated by me and said, "That's my goal." He said, "Make sure you guys see that on TV. That's my goal." He wanted his first of the season. But it was all started back in the Panthers' end. A big rush up the ice by Aaron Ekblad. He got all the way up on his horse, all the way up. And that would lead to that goal by Thomas Kopecky, but it was just a tremendous rush to start by Aaron Ekblad and Thomas Kopecky with the deflection.
Well, I loved Ekblad. He's 18 years old. Immediately, he pointed right at Kopecky. And here's a chance for Peary cutting in. Neuvirth makes the stop. Brandon Peary got his legs going and had an opportunity.
Well, when you're asking your players to put a lot of pressure on the other team, that's exactly what you're looking for. You get on them before they make the decision to move the puck. They hang on to it a little longer. Or, like on that particular play, you've got Andre Benoit, who sort of makes an error judgment. He was trying to pass the puck. He decided, no, I don't want to pass it. And he got caught in the middle.
And Peary tossed from the circle, so Boys will step in. Played by Myers. Tyler Ennis. Myers jumping up with him. Poked around by Brad Boys. Peary now. Got it to the Sabre line. And back the other way. 4.5 to go now, second period. Brad Boys gave the Panthers the lead in the first. Stafford tied it. But then the goal by Kopecky. And Florida's up again, icing the call.
What you're trying to watch for, if the team is playing and their game is, as Coach Gallant would say, all 5 players in all zones. So when you move from the defensive zone, we showed you an illustration a little earlier, all 5 guys defending, he wants to see all 5 guys between the blue lines. Then move the puck, all 5 guys in the offensive zone. Then you can get support.
Shot comes through, wide of Luongo's net. Benoit after it. Round for Mitchell. Left it to the point. The shot right on, and they score! Gionta may have deflected it in front, and the Sabres answer back to tie it again.
That is why we talk about the cushion on the scoreboard if you can get it. And this is where it's been difficult for the Florida Panthers, because this is probably the worst of the 5 opportunities the Buffalo Sabres got in this second period. The least threatening, or at least it seemed that way. And just out of nowhere, Gionta sneaks in and gets a stick on the puck. So now, all of a sudden, it's a tie game, and there's only 4 minutes in the second period. So obviously, this is a pretty timely goal for the visiting Sabres.
2:59 after Kopecky gave the Panthers the lead. Gionta's third of the year ties it again. Good Branson. Forced back into his own end. Over to Dylan Olsen. Stewart watching Olsen. Now Goodbranson sends it in. But icing, the call on the Panthers.
see Tyler Myers right there. Every time the Sabres get a chance, he's going up the ice trying to force a little more offense.
Bukestad, Huberdeau, and Fleischmann the line for the Panthers. Olsen stepped into the face-off circle, allowing Goodbranson to get it out. Zadorov back in his own zone. Weber and Mitchell got the assists on the Giunta goal. For the second time, Buffalo has tied it. Hodgson on a loose puck shoots off the outside of the net. Bukestad goes glass, trying to clear, and it's forced out by Huberdeau. Polino at center. Ekblad stepped up on him. Now it's Campbell. Sending it around the boards. Thornton gets knocked down. Free puck comes to the point. Point shot wide. Delpetsky takes a look around, had a little bit of room. Benoit under some pressure now. But Weber's able to get it out to center. Ekblad stepped up to cut it off, but it came over the blue line. An offside call on the Panthers late in the second period now. It's a dogfight. The Sabres and Cats are tied. We've got a 2-2 hockey game. Bill Lindsay downstairs between the benches on tonight's telecast.
And the wingers got to do the job on the wall on that goal. Brad Boyce was there. They got to get that puck out. That's mandatory as a winger. Another close game, but you got to take a look here on the wall coming up, and this is a battle right there. You got to be able to win. It's just not hard enough. Too easy. Bad angle by Boyce frees up that point shot. So wingers got to make sure they take away that point coverage. Close games for the Panthers. 17 of 24 games have been decided by one goal. 5 straight games, 7 of the last 8. So we've come to expect this. Close games for the Panthers.
No question, and they're no strangers to playing well in these close games and manage the games well. And we've got another one of them here tonight.
You know, we don't mean to be talking about teams that normally score a lot. I mean, right now in the NHL, you're looking at team number 29th in the NHL in scoring, which is Florida, and team number 30th in scoring per game, Buffalo.
Hayes with a hit on Myers. Jokinen trying to dig it out of there. Trocheck is nearby. Hayes away with it. Comes out in front. Couldn't get a shot on goal, though. And Kulikov paired up with Willie Mitchell back on D. Mitchell loses Ennis. Kulikov. Never quite got to the red line, though. And that's an icing call. Coming up on Monday night here at the BB&T Center, the Panthers Figure Skating Club will hold their 17th annual show, Ice Age South Florida style. Tickets are available at PanthersIceDen.com. They're $20 in advance, $25 at the door.
Oh, you should have thrown Mitchell out there.
That's what Trocheck is saying.
Yeah, I know. That Mitchell has to have his stick on the ice first as the visiting team.
Well, then he did, and Trocheck won the face-off and got it out of his own.
Key face-off win right there.
Panthers get the change after the icing. Only Trocheck still on now. And room for Mitchell gliding in over the line. Blocked by Campbell in front. Trocheck got a piece of the puck for Boys. He and Bergenheim break to center. Flynn is back for Buffalo. Under pressure from Bergenheim. Ekblad steps up the wall, but it came all the way down the ice. 2 more assists tonight for Aaron Ekblad, a 4-game point streak for the 18-year-old. Now 5 points in those 4 games. He's been tremendous again. Out in front, Peary couldn't get the shot away. Oh, what a chance there. Peary's had a couple here in this period.
Might that be one of those things where you take your eye off the puck just for a moment and you're figuring that you've got it nailed? Just missed it off the heel.
40 to go in the period. Hodgson trying to get around Huberdeau. and flips in high off the glass. Campbell's the first man back. Checked by Stafford and Foligno. Bjugstad swiped it right away from Foligno. Good work, and Nick Bjugstad moves in over the line. Sets up Huberdeau over to Fleischmann. The trailer Ekblad. Stopped by Neuvert, and then they score! Bjugstad again! Oh, these kids are fun to watch, aren't they?
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen this many passes connect all night long. Maybe all season long. Let's count them. You got one, you got two, you got three. The shot and then the rebound. The best pass in hockey ends up being that rebound. You know that. And Bjugstad is right there on top of the blue paint. Neuvert could not smother the puck. Had to move east, and west again. And finally, what you want to see is attacking the opposing net. And Bjugstad was right there for the rebound.
3-point night for Aaron Ekblad. Continues to shine. Bjugstad up to 11 goals now on the season. And the Panthers with a huge one late in the period. Another 2-point game for Bjugstad. Fleischmann gets another helper. And that is a huge goal for the third time tonight. The Panthers have the lead.
I can finally say it. That is a timely goal for the Florida Panthers at the end of the second period as they go rest up for the final 20, a period where the Buffalo Sabres have given up more goals, 34, than any other team in the NHL.
Oh, a big one late in the period. And the Panthers lead going to the third. How about that, Drew Goldfarb? Here we go in the third period. Nick Bjugstad has the go-ahead goal, leads the Panthers with 11 goals this season. But he's an old man compared to 18-year-old rookie Aaron Ekblad. Believe it or not, Denny, he has tied the Panther rookie defenseman record for assists in a season already. And Aaron Ekblad is now 12th on the NHL all-time list for 18-year-old defensemen in scoring. And he's only been in the league a couple of months.
I don't have any more superlatives to say. It's just, we've used them all up already, and we're not even at Christmas. This is incredible.
Yeah.
So this kid, again, I will just say that my view of Aaron Ekblad right now is very impressive because of the way he thinks the game. A lot of players can skate. A lot of players are big and strong. A lot of players can shoot the puck. But not every player can think the game. And then you add on the 18-year-old factor, and it's really quite impressive.
Remarkable 3 points tonight, 4-game point streak, is third on this team in shots on goal, only to Bjugstad and Boys, and the goal late in the second by Bjugstad from Ekblad and Fleischmann gave the Panthers the lead. Thomas Fleischmann's game picking up in a big way as well. 3 points his last two. So the Cats with a 1-goal lead for the third time tonight.
Boy, I don't like that expression. Cats with a 1-goal lead. You know, this is a time when it would really behoove the Florida Panthers as a team maturing to get themselves another goal now in a 2-goal lead.
3-on-2, Huberdeau with Bjugstad and Fleischmann, but unable to get the shot away. Nick Bjugstad had 3 points in the game on Thursday night, all in the same period, by the way. That time the franchise record 3 points in a period. Leads all the forwards in ice time. And over a point a game over his last 11. Bjugstad has just really come on in a big way. 22-year-old center. Ennis gets to center ice and dumps in.
That's the other key point. 22 years old.
Now you look at him at 22, Ekblad at 18, Trocheck and Huberdeau both 21 years old. I mean, remarkable. Alexander Barkov's only 19. He's not in the lineup tonight. Here's Jokinen leading a 3-on-2. Hayes moves in and shoots at Neuvert. Able to make a nice save up high on Jimmy Hayes, and he's shaking it off. It caught him near the neck.
You know, he's not a very, very big guy at Neuvert, and I think Jimmy Hayes went high, maybe remembering the goal by Brad Boys, but Jimmy Hayes didn't put it on the glove side. I tell you what, Jimmy Hayes and Trocheck and Peary, the three of them having played on line together the last couple of games, really interesting. The three of them sit next to one another in the dressing room, and boy, there's a lot of banter that goes on between the three of them.
You were right in the middle of that this morning. So
yeah.
Pull yourself out of there. Egging him on a little bit.
A little bit. Why not?
Pushing the buttons.
He called you. Can you imagine? He called you this name.
Yeah.
He called you that name. Oh, yeah? It was fun.
Peary was just taking it all in. Brad Boys has a goal tonight, the first one, but unable to clear the zone that time. Stafford now, he's got one for Buffalo. Ekblad with the bump. Hodgson controls, slides it up to the line. Here's the shot, knocked down in front. Stafford, oh, good defensive play by Ekblad. Would not allow him to get the shot off. Sabres with a strong shift here. Bergenheim finally clears.
Well, this is the line that contributed the goal. Stafford on the ice having some pretty good opportunities and has one goal tonight.
Kopecky has the other Panther goal along with Boys and Bukestad. First of the year for Kopecky. A nifty deflection in front from the Ekblad point shot. Willie Mitchell. Played by Stewart. Good check by Kulikov. Derek McKenzie settles things down. Now speeds out to center. Hits Kopecky. Sean Thornton with a little back pass, but didn't connect with McKenzie. Roberto Luongo out of his net there. Cross-ice pass, but it's taken by Stewart. His wrister blocked by Goodbranson. McCormick behind the net. And Dylan Olsen played it nicely.
Now you know why Olsen and Goodbranson are always on the ice against this line. I tell you what, Chris Stewart, McCormick line, they are big, tough customers. And you need big, tough defensemen to handle them deep in the zone. And Olsen and Goodbranson have done a good job of that so far in this game. We
get an icing call here. And of course, we have Billy Lindsay between the benches tonight. If you missed it about a month ago, here was the case in Philadelphia. Look at Luke Schenn. I mean, it looks pretty intentional, if you ask me. Right there in the gut on Lindsay.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stuck right in the midsection. I got a little more room to back up tonight and get back out of the action, but it's awesome down here at ice level. I mean, get the feel, everything. I get the juices flowing. I know I can't play anymore, but sometimes I wish maybe I could jump out there.
You know what, Billy? That's never going to go away. Until you look at the birth certificate and you go,
yes,
ooh.
There you go. I'm already feeling it with my back, Denny.
Gianta has one of the two Sabre goals. Plays it behind the Panther net, try to get it in front, blocked by Campbell. To the point, Zadorov with a shot deflected and stopped by Roberto Luongo. Bukestad skates out, finds Huberdeau. Huberdeau over the line, 1-on-3.
Gotta get it in deep.
And he's able to get it to Hayes.
Well,
and then Hayes moved it along. Here's Trocheck to the point. Kulikov. Now the Panthers complete the change. Vincent Trocheck spinning. Nice little move on Girgensons. Gets it to Jokinen. Mitchell. Slap shot deflected on goal. Nice save by Neuberg with that left pad. The rebound was a big one. Panthers are on it again. Mitchell over to Trocheck. His shot steered away by Neuberg again. Kulikov now. Took the hit. Myers checked by Trocheck. Zadorov will try to get it out. Jokinen on him. Now, that's a super shift by the Panthers. No icing here as the puck dies right near the line, and the Sabres finally get a change. 5 minutes gone by in the third. Landon Peary shoots in. Picked up by Peary. Shot wide, carries to Goodbranson. Over to Olsen. There's a little wrister. It's deflected by Boys. Boys loses Benoit. Plays it back for Bergenheim. Bergenheim holds, absorbing the hits from Weber. Back deep again, the Panthers work in the offensive end. But now Ennis will get it ahead from Olsen and get it back. Ennis moves in, gets out in front, and then shoots high over the net. Boy, he's got good hands, doesn't he?
Sometimes I wonder, you know, he's so short. He uses that as a major advantage. You can't get a hold of him as he goes around and gets real low.
Myers has an opening, waits and shoots. Luongo with a save. Myers on the rebound. Peary with a steal. Ahead for Boys. And he just does get it out of the zone. But Myers carries right back in. Fakes the shot. And never got an opportunity for another one. Picked up by Derek McKenzie. Trying to get around Myers. McKenzie in deep. Looks in front. Got bottled up by Foligno. Myers again. Sends it all the way down. And this will be an icing on the Sabres. Panther fans, go to PanthersFanRewards.com. You can earn points and take tonight's Game Day Challenge, play trivia, and win Fox Sports Florida gear. Just log on to PanthersFanRewards.com and start playing.
Fans are having a good time in South Florida, and they see the team is exciting to watch. The Florida Panthers right now certainly in the playoff wild card race. Not an easy division, believe me. Certainly the tougher division in the East for the Florida Panthers.
They sit in third place right now in the Metropolitan Division with where they are. Foligno moves in, shoots wide. Luongo will not take a chance. He will cover up. Roberto and the Cats up by a goal here in the third against the Sabres. Nick Bjugstad has the go-ahead goal. Panthers trying for points in 5 of their last 6 games. Up 1 in the third. Downstairs we go ice side. Bill Lindsay.
Nick Bjugstad hotter than donut grease right now, doing it all, both ends of the rink. But what I love about this last goal is complete hustle. Watch this play. Watch where 27 comes from. The hit, the little physical play, and then watch him beat all the forwards. It's a 3-on-3. Not anymore. It's a 3-on-2 with the speed, and then continues. And then what he does, he doesn't go by the net. He stops at the net, and that's what you're taught as a young player. I mean, that is just a complete all-around goal by Nick Bjugstad. Started in his own end, all the way down to his other end. A lot of players on that play would have swung behind the net, never got a scoring chance. He stops, gets the goal, and right now, you just cannot stop him.
Remarkable through 25 games. Now 11 goals and 17 points on the year for the 2010 first rounder. Panthers had 3 picks that year. And boy, Bjugstad has been impressive. Puck thrown in front here. Luongo able to find it and cover up.
Well, in today's hockey game, there are a lot of areas that your coach wants you to focus on when you go into a game, and discipline is one of them. So far in the hockey game, certainly the Florida Panthers, and Goldie made mention of it, they've come a long way since the early part of the season when this team just seemed to be taking penalty after penalty after penalty. Not the case anymore. Much more disciplined hockey team.
In this game, we had the 2 minors in the opening 5 minutes plus, and besides the Goodbranson-Foligno fight in the first, no penalties called in the game. Here comes Bjugstad firing out of his own end. Fleischmann gathers it in on the wing. Takes a shot that goes wide glove side. Carries to Ekblad. Played by Flynn. And Mitchell couldn't clear it out. That's a blind pass by Mitchell. Fleischmann's pass in front picked off though. Campbell moves back into his own end and over to Aaron Ekblad, who has 3 points again tonight. 4-game point streak for the #1 overall pick in the draft. Big effort by Ekblad. Again, McKenzie battling, wins the battle, sets up Mitchell at the line. Man right on him. The floater in front, glove down by Torrey Mitchell. Sean Thornton gathers it in and shoots in front, blocked away by Zadorov. Wraps it around the boards, and it comes all the way down. Kopetsky. Hayes dumps in and goes to work. Hayes bears down, absorbs the hit, battling 2 Sabres. Hayes stays with it, checking Ristolainen. Kocheck back covering defensively. Mitchell hits Hayes right on the tape. Hayes down the wing, takes a look, takes a shot, blocked away. And it did go up into the netting and out of play. Tonight on Fox Sports Live, they've got all the news from around the world of sports, including NHL and NBA highlights. Fox Sports Live tonight on Fox Sports 1 and streaming on Fox Sports Go.
Well, there's a little tie going on in an area that we don't often think about. Florida Panthers have 10 wins on the season, 5 at home and 5 away. little statistic that is interesting, as the Florida Panthers certainly want to be able to establish themselves as a good team at home.
They've had a few extra time losses at home. They've got points in 6 of the last 7 home games, but 3 of them in overtime or shootout losses. Branson got physical, keeping the puck in the zone. Benoit up the boards, blocked down by Stewart, and he finds an open man. Panthers have limited Buffalo to just 3 shots on goal here in the third. UC Jokinen through center. Puts it towards the front of the net. Tipped. Trocheck hit by Weber. Hayes again. Well, he's been active the last few shifts, Jimmy Hayes. Benoit digs it free, though. Bergenheim is back. Quickly ahead for Brian Campbell. Checked by Hodgson. Tyler Myers gives it away. Bergenheim, though, couldn't quite find it. He would have had boys all alone in front. Good effort by Bergenheim. Just couldn't quite gather it in. Foligno spins it around for Stafford. Here's Hodgson, saved by Luongo. Boy's got a stick on it, and Boy stays with it to break out. Steal by Brad Boys, moving into the slot and shooting, and it's fought off by Neuberg. Here's a chance, Bergenheim. Neuberg stops that with the right pad. Boys and Bergenheim going to work now. Bergenheim, the big hit, comes out in front, trying to get the backhander off, couldn't get it on net with 2 Sabres with him. Oh, what an effort, and what a shift by Sean Bergenheim. Panthers moving again. Willie Mitchell winds and fires, and that one just missed high, and it carries out of play. 9:46 to go in the third. Panthers trying to add to the lead, but Michael Neuberg keeps it a 1-goal game. All the scoring done in the first 2 periods. The Panthers have never trailed tonight. They lead 3-2.
Marcus Foligno, you're 23 years old. Everybody's been there. Believe me. He feels terrible. Look at this play. Looks like an easy pass, but he's trying to make a pass that's more difficult than it should to number 57, and it's a clear turnover. Now 57, which is Myers, goes over and talks to him, and maybe Myers is saying, well, maybe I was a little, too much in a hurry to get out of the zone. And Marcus Foligno, I think he's going to be a very good player. Certainly has the size. You saw he could fight. He's a tough kid. But believe me, he has made a mistake that everybody has made in their professional career. You're trying to do something great, and it gets turned around on you.
Torrey Mitchell into the Panther zone. Willie Mitchell gave it to Fleischman. Fleischman, Huberdeau, and Bukestad strong again tonight. Bukestad has a goal and an assist. Fleischman has a helper as well. Sabres able to break out, but now Huberdeau the steal. Huberdeau moves in. He shoots. Didn't quite get all of it.
Remember, he hit the goalpost last time he shot from that location. I wonder if he was thinking something else that time, but maybe that thinking process delayed his shot just a little bit. Defenseman got the stick on him.
Here comes McKenzie. Neuberg has played pretty well in this game tonight. He's made some good stops. Panthers had a couple of good chances to add to the lead.
Having missed 6 games and not played a game since November 18th, when he came in relief and only played a little over 19 minutes, Neuberg has been not a detriment to this team.
Stick save Luongo. Dylan Olsen around for Kopecky. Molson steps up on him. Comes through again. Race to the boards. Girgensons, but taken now by Goodbranson. 3 down low in the Panther zone. Work in the corner. Kopecky gets it to McKenzie. Deflected up the wall. And now it does come out of the zone. Zadorov plays it back. Boys, Kopecky, and then Bukestad with his 11th of the year late in the second. That came in 19:43 of the period. for the lead. Aaron Ekblad has assisted on all 3 goals. Here comes Brian Campbell to the red line. Feeds Hayes on the wing. Benoit's back and wraps it around. Ekblad nicely got over to hold it in. Benoit again will try to clear. Campbell stepped up. Campbell finds it to hold it in the zone. Oh, nice work by Brian Campbell. Jussi Jokinen puts it in front. Hayes got a stick on it, and Neuwirth will cover up.
Little changing of lines that seems to have helped the Florida Panthers. And now you've got Peary and you got Jokinen. But watch number 12. That's Big Hayes. He knows that he needs to get to the net. Gets the backhand on it, directing it towards the front of the net. This is probably where you see why a guy like Jokinen picks up so many assists. He's been so good at finding ways to get the puck to the front of the net or to a teammate. And maybe, you know, Coach Gallant just wants a little more scoring opportunities from that line than we've seen tonight.
In front of chance. Oh, and Neuwirth again, the same on Peary. Brandon Peary's had some good chances tonight. Well, he just finds himself, or puts himself, is what I should say, in good position offensively on a consistent basis. Had an opportunity there as we approach 7 minutes to go here in the third. Chipped in, and Bergenheim races after it. Gives Myers a shove. Myers got some help, though. And Hodgson. And the Sabres able to clear. Foligno with a spin. Stafford now. Stafford behind the net. Cut off by Mitchell. Mitchell wouldn't let him get a good shot off. Stafford still with it. Willie Mitchell is there. Shot. Knocked down in front. Here comes Peary. Kulikov and Hayes are with him. But end of the shift for Peary, so he shoots in. Hayes stays on and gets after it. Jimmy Hayes finishing some checks. Zadorov. And then shot in by Torrey Mitchell. Trocheck got enough of it to play it for Goodbranson. He gets the red line. Sends it around the boards. An offside call on the Panthers.
In that intermission, I was going down, and Chris Stewart, a Buffalo forward, was in the changing room with the trainers, took all his gear off, didn't even go where the players undress, sat in there, shook his head. If I was a teammate of his and he did not join my team in the locker room, I would be sourly disappointed. That's kind of a disconnect, I think, maybe going on with the Sabres right now. Didn't even join his team, sat with the extra players and the trainers in the locker room after that second intermission.
He's been the subject of trade rumors, and certainly a lot of the Sabre veterans have been subjects. I'm wondering if sourly is a word. That's my curious question. Lindsay downstairs. It is now. He's had a quiet night. He's a good player, Chris Stewart.
Maybe we'll start calling it Lindsayism.
I love it. Jokinen takes away. Jussi Jokinen waiting, has a man jumping up. It's Campbell. He holds. Sets up Ekblad. He broke his stick. Boy, pretty nice work by a couple of veterans there. Jokinen and Campbell patient with the puck.
I think Campbell's having a great time playing with a rookie. A lot of veterans would say, oh, wow, I got to play with a rookie. I'll tell you what, he's not saying that anymore, if he ever was.
Tyler Ennis. And the Sabres are offside, yeah. They'll peel back, though. Play will roll on. Ekblad, home run pass for Huberdeau, tipped away by Myers.
Well, Myers is that defenseman for the Sabres. A lot of potential and still has a long way to go, really. But he is certainly long, and he's got to be 6'6", if not more, 6'7".
Here's Myers up at center. Plays it back, though. Puck rolls to the line, held in. Campbell now gloves it down, swats it over to Thomas Kopecky. He gets the red line on the dump in. Thornton gets there first. Kopecky trying to shovel it back down low. He does. Zadorov hit by McKenzie. Girgensons hit by Thornton. And picked up by Kopecky. Oh, and it's a penalty on Thornton.
No, this is Yeah, you may as well let it go because this is a situation where Girgensons went to the boards and turned.
Power play for the Sabres coming up late in the third. Down the stretch we come. The Sabres are about to go on the power play. Let's take a look at tonight's ADT defensive play of the game, Denny.
Wow, what a surprise. Roberto Luongo. And this is key. I mean, this is when the game was tied. Roberto Luongo snags it out of the air as Nicolas Deslauriers is trying to beat him and give his Buffalo Sabres the lead. So Roberto Luongo, the defensive play of the game.
Well, they'll need him now. Sean Thornton did not like the call. Girgensons turned at the last second, and the puck was there, and they get Thornton for boarding.
Well, there you see. I mean, that is, you know, it's a strong man pushing a young player into the boards who is in a very vulnerable position. And normally you try and figure a guy has to stay away from hitting an opponent in the numbers. It appeared that it was just a right arm smash by Thornton, but it is what it is. Florida Panthers, who've been very good at penalty killing, are going to call on those guys again.
Just the third minor called in the game. Each team had one in the first period in the opening minutes. So Buffalo's second power play now. Panthers with another good offensive game tonight. You see the 34 shots on goal. They've attempted a total of 59 towards the Sabres net and have 3. One of them by Kopecky, who fires into the zone.
Do we know what happens to those other 25 shots? Are they blocked or are they
blocked
missed?
Or missed?
Or missed.
Combination, yeah. Tonight, about even. 12 have been attempted and blocked. 13 have missed. Girgensons on a loose puck. Good. Branson bumps him.
Girgensson again. He was in a very, very similar situation.
Myers knocks it down to keep it in the zone. Ennis now to the forehand. Down low. Save by Luongo on Molson. Kopecky hustles over. But Ennis, it rolled on him and it came out of the zone. Kopecky got enough of him. Panthers quickly go for a change. Myers, shot, blocked. Comes to Ennis, throws it in front. Dylan Olsen, strong.
Kopecky really does not give up on the play, doesn't he? You could see him trying to get the puck away from Ennis. Couldn't, gave him another shove, and Ennis finally lost the puck and went out of the defensive zone.
He was just one of those veterans every single night this year. Thomas Kopecky, whatever you want to say, the hard hat, the lunch pail. It's been just an effort from start to finish out of 82 for the Panthers. Finally rewarded this year with his first goal of the season. 2.5 to go. Finally, the power play winding down. Panthers looking for a clear, and Fleischmann forces Gianna out of center. Thornton ready to come back. Here comes Stafford. Flips it on the wing for Hodgson. Throws it wide of the net. Thornton is back out of the box. 5-on-5. Hodgson holds, waits, checked by Bukestad and separated from the puck.
There it is, young hockey players. The easiest play of the game. Take the man, the puck goes nowhere.
It is amazing, the aggressive, hard-nosed, tough penalties. They're always the ones you kill. Here comes Boys looking for a chance. Picked up by Bukestad, save. Bukestad again, stopped again by Neuvirth.
Oh, my. Brad Boys has got to wonder, why am I stick handling? You get an opportunity right there. He was on the forehand. Everything was set up beautifully. And again, it's a little bit, I think the Florida Panther hockey team is much too smart. They're intellectually too smart. They think too much. You got to dumb it down. Make it simple. Just shoot.
Bukestad did twice right there.
Yeah. Well, Boys didn't, though. Went for the extra, thinking I might get a better position if I stick handle a little more. I'm thinking, well, we're thinking too much.
Neuvirth is top of his crease looking at the bench, but they don't take him out. Puck hit Ennis as he went off the bench. Panthers wanted too many men. Here comes Myers, cut off by Bukestad. Oh, what a play by Bukestad, a huge spot. Look at that clock. It'll use some more time and keep Neuvirth in his net. Panthers up a goal on the Bukestad go-ahead goal late in the second. Myers cut off off at center ice. And unfortunately, that puck deflected into the Sabres bench, so we get a stoppage.
On that last faceoff, Buffalo tries a play where they line the winger up, and he's going to go immediately to the bench, and they're going to try and spring a winger out at the far door. It didn't happen, but they sent a winger to the near door, and the other winger comes out the far door trying to spring for a breakaway. That is a play that they have, something that they try and do, but he gained about an extra 30 feet of ice trying to do that. It was unsuccessful, but a pretty heads-up crafty play by the Buffalo Sabres.
And now they've called a timeout with 1:08 to go, or the Panthers have actually called the timeout. Okay.
Well, Goldie, you're going to remember this. Ted Nolan was a coach of the Latvian team during the Olympics, and he did the very same play on the Canadians, and they were able to score a goal where he got the guy from the far end of the bench. He gained about 30 feet, and then there was a pass made, and the guy went in on a breakaway and scored a goal. The Latvian team did not belong in the game, but that was such an amazing play, obviously set up by Ted Nolan, who was coaching the Latvian team. It was really interesting, and I think exactly what Billy's talking about. He's trying to sneak that sleeper play. It didn't work for them, at least not on this attempt.
Dylan Olsen back on the fence here with Willie Mitchell. And the Sabres get the extra attacker on. The net is empty. Kopecky gets it out of the zone. Not sure if Kulikov nicked up or not. Here's Kopecky with a steal. Wouldn't let the Sabres get out, but it's Olsen taking his spot with Mitchell on the bench right now.
And Kulikov's not on the bench, Goldie. So.
There you go. McKenzie into the empty net, but it's cut off at the last second by Myers. And the Panthers won't even allow the Sabres to get possession yet. Keeping it on the other side of the ice. 25 to go. Here comes Ennis. Right up the middle. Gets over the line. Watched by Campbell. Puts it in front. Sticked away by Luongo. Kopecky's on it again. And smartly just floats it off the glass. Whoa, they call icing. That puck slowed down a lot. Wow.
I tell you, the reason why we react this way is because Josh Georges could easily have gotten to that puck before it went, and it's one of those judgment plays by the referee. But take a look at Josh Georges. Look at how slow he's going. Oh my goodness, what a grind this is. And then he gives it the old leaning towards the tape at the end right here. Oh, I could never have gotten to this puck.
Yeah, I thought it was a great clear by Kopecky. So 8.9 to go. Draw to Luongo's left. Mitchell against Bjugstad. Off the draw, Bjugstad wins it. Willie Mitchell around the boards. Pinballs out to center, and the Panthers points in 5 out of 6. Bjugstad the game winner. The Cats close it out 3-2.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know you could use better words. They do close it out 3-2. It's by no means any easy game for the Florida Panthers, but they're going to have to get themselves out of the basement in terms of goals for per game played. Otherwise, this is the way it's going to look for a while. But there's a bright side. They keep winning these one-goal games. They're going to be one heck of a tough team in the playoffs.
I'll tell you what, Nick Bjugstad and Aaron Ekblad, they combined tonight for a goal and 4 more assists. Boy, those two guys are red hot. Bill Lindsay right there as the Panthers salute the fans.
Another one-goal victory for the Panthers. Danny, you said they got to dumb it down. Well, you talked about that trick play. An intellectual team like the Panthers would never let a trick play like that happen against them. They sealed the victory. So I'm going with a smart hockey team. They don't got to dumb it down all the time, but another superb win for the Panthers. They walk out of here with the one-goal win against the Buffalo Sabres. They're going to enjoy this one.
The Panthers go to on the season now. It's their 11th win, 11, 7-7. Only 5 teams in the league have lost fewer regulation games. The Panthers now, Drew, have points in 18 of their 25 games. The postgame show's coming up.
And Goldie, what a start to the season for the Florida Panthers. We got plenty coming up on Panthers Live postgame. Number of young cats with big games in this one. We'll take a look at the road trip coming up, and we'll hear from head coach Gerard Gallant. Goldie, back to you.
Bjugstad, the second star, Drew. Kopecky was the third, and you know who's number 1? the #1 overall pick in the draft. He continues as an 18-year-old to shine.
Aaron Ekblad.
A 3-point night for Ekblad, a 4-game point streak. He's in the top 20 amongst defensemen in scoring. He's making sure the fan he wanted to get the stick got the stick. He is fun to watch. And the Panthers continue to pick up points. They get the job done tonight. They never trailed in this game. And they beat the Sabres 3-2. All the highlights we'll hear from the coach and the locker room coming up.